Have you ever wondered how the magic of movies and television began? It all started with moving pictures, a concept that sparked a revolution in the world of entertainment. The birth of moving pictures was a journey of innovation and creativity, driven by pioneers who dared to dream beyond the ordinary. One such innovator was Thomas Edison, the renowned inventor. In the late 19th century, Edison and his team developed the kinetoscope, a device that projected a sequence of images to create the illusion of motion. However, the kinetoscope had one major drawback. It was a peephole viewer that only allowed one person to watch at a time. Enter the Lumiere brothers, Auguste and Louis, from France. They innovated beyond Edison's concept and developed the cinematograph, a machine that could record, develop, and project images. Unlike the kinetoscope, the cinematography made it possible for multiple people to watch a film simultaneously. This marked the birth of cinema as we know it today. The first public screening of a movie took place in 1895. The Lumiere brothers presented a series of short films, including the famous Workers Leaving the Lumiere Factory. This was a simple scene, yet it marked a significant milestone in the history of moving pictures. Following this, the silent film era began. These were films without synchronized recorded sound or spoken dialogue. The focus was on visual storytelling, with title cards used to convey dialogue and narrative. This era saw the introduction of narrative storytelling, where films were not just a sequence of events but had a plot, characters, and a storyline. The silent era was a time of experimentation and discovery. Filmmakers learned to tell stories through visuals alone, using innovative techniques to express emotions and convey plot developments. It was a time of innovation and creativity, with filmmakers pushing the boundaries of what was possible with moving images. And thus, the silent era laid the foundation for what was to come, a revolution in the world of entertainment. From the simple moving images of the late 19th century to the complex narratives of the silent film era, the dawn of moving pictures set the stage for the magic of movies and television that we enjoy today. But what happens when you add sound to the mix? Just imagine it for a second. A silent world of moving images suddenly filled with laughter, dialogue, music. This was the birth of the talkies era, a seismic shift that revolutionized the cinematic landscape forever. As the 20s roared, the silent film era was slowly but surely being ushered out. The advent of sound technology in movies was a game changer. It was like adding a whole new dimension to storytelling. Now, characters could speak, sing, and shout. They could whisper sweet nothings or deliver powerful monologues. They could make us laugh with their witty banter or move us to tears with their heartfelt confessions. One of the most significant milestones in the talkies era came in the year 1927, with the release of The Jazz Singer. This wasn't just another film, it was the first full-length feature film with synchronized dialogue. Audiences were thrilled to not just see but hear the characters for the very first time. They could listen to the jazz singer's soulful melodies and resonate with his struggles and triumphs. This film didn't just change the game, it set the rules for the new game. The talkies era marked the start of what is fondly remembered as the golden age of Hollywood. The 30s to the 50s were a time when Hollywood was in its prime, producing some of the most iconic films and stars that continue to inspire admiration and awe. This was the era of classics like Gone with the Wind, Casablanca, and The Wizard of Oz. Stars like Humphrey Bogart, Marilyn Monroe, and James Dean became household names, their performances becoming the stuff of legends. The golden age of Hollywood was more than just a period of great filmmaking. Its influence stretched far beyond the borders of America. It shaped global culture, fashion, and trends. The magic of Hollywood was felt in every corner of the world, and its impact continues to be felt to this day. The golden age of Hollywood not only changed the way stories were told, but also became a global cultural phenomenon. But what about the small screen? Let's dive into the birth of television and its early years. The invention of television was not an overnight achievement. It was the result of years of work by inventors around the globe. However, one name often stands out from the crowd: John Logie Baird. A Scottish engineer and inventor, Baird is commonly recognized for giving the first public demonstration of a working television system. This monumental event took place in London in January of 1926. Baird's mechanical system utilized rotating discs to scan moving images into electronic impulses. These impulses were then transmitted by cable to a screen where they appeared as low-resolution silhouettes. While rudimentary by today's standards, this was a groundbreaking achievement at the time. Fast forward to 1936, and we arrive at the first scheduled television broadcast in America. This was carried out by the Radio Corporation of America, also known as RCA. The broadcast was limited, reaching only homes within a 50-mile radius of New York City, but it was the beginning of television as we know it. Then came another game changer, the arrival of color television. While experimental broadcasts started as early as the 1920s, it wasn't until the 1950s that color TV started to become mainstream, bringing a new level of realism to the viewing experience. Television brought the magic of moving pictures into people's homes, forever changing the landscape of entertainment. The small screen had indeed become a big deal. So where are we now in the grand scheme of things? Well, we've made quite the leap from film reels to digital files. The advent of digital technology has revolutionized the movie and television industry, transforming the way content is produced, distributed, and consumed. Gone are the days when we had to wait for a film reel to be developed, or for a television show to be aired. With digital, everything is instant and at our fingertips. It's like having an entire movie theater or a television studio in the palm of our hands. The rise of home video in the late 20th century was a game changer, allowing us to watch our favorite movies and shows in the comfort of our homes. And then came the online streaming platforms, which took it a step further. Platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and Hulu have made it possible for us to watch whatever we want, whenever we want, wherever we want. These advancements have not only changed the way we consume content, but also the way it's produced. Digital technology has democratized filmmaking, enabling anyone with a camera and a story to tell, to make a movie or a television show. From the humble beginnings of silent films to the digital wonders of today, the journey of movies and television has been nothing short of extraordinary. So what's next for movies and television? As we gaze into the crystal ball, we can see virtual reality taking center stage, immersing us in the heart of the action. Imagine a world where your favorite characters interact with you through interactive storytelling. And let's not forget artificial intelligence, which could potentially tailor content based on our preferences and emotions. No matter what the future holds, one thing is certain: the magic of movies and television will continue to captivate us for generations to come.